Hello HCG dieters. This is a YouTube broadcast about taking HCG sublingually. Specifically, it's about how you take your HCG dosage. You could use a needle and syringe, or you could use an eyedropper. I've come across something that I think is much better, and it could be that someone else has already posted this, but I thought this was significant enough of an improvement in terms of how to take your HCG sublingual dosage that I'd make a vlog and share the information. First of all, my name is Steve. I'm in my first week of being on a very low-calorie diet, taking HCG sublingually. And tomorrow will be the end of my first week. I'll post another video summarizing my results in terms of weight loss, which have been fantastic. And I'd like to pass along what I'm learning along the way. So this topic of how are you taking your sublingual dosage of HCG is the first one. I was going to take my HCG dosage initially sublingually under the tongue using a syringe or a syringe and needle. I found when I experimented with that just using water, and I highly suggest you experiment if you're thinking about doing this and you haven't yet. Experiment using water and know exactly how you're going to take your HCG sublingual dosage. If you know you're going to take a half cc in the morning and a half cc at night, practice with however you're going to take it. If it's going to be with a syringe and needle, practice drawing up that half cc using water before you start, and see how you like doing that and how much trouble it is. I thought it was really a pain in the neck to do. A couple of things I didn't like, even with a short needle, I was really afraid I might stick myself as I was opening my mouth to shoot that under my tongue. And I also didn't like that. Well, I mean, the other thing I didn't like is if I took the needle off, so that wasn't an issue, then the HCG dosage, or the water that I was pretending was HCG, would tend to dribble out of the syringe. So that wasn't very good. And also I didn't like, there was a little bit of water or HCG solution that stays in the bottom of the syringe after the plunger's all the way down. And so you could save that, I guess, by keeping your syringe in the refrigerator, and then the next time you draw up your next dosage, it would still be in there. But I didn't like that either. And I went out and bought a ground glass bottle with an eyedropper. And the glass part of most eyedroppers is 1 cc. So I was looking at mixing up my HCG sublingual solution to where I would take about a half a cc per dose. And I found it difficult to quickly and easily get a half eyedropper full, which would be a half cc. And so I had problems getting air bubbles in the eyedropper the same way that you have to be careful when you're using a syringe to get an accurate dosage. I was going to go ahead and go with the eyedropper because I thought I could get fast at that more quickly than I could using a syringe and needle. But anyway, I was out in Walmart one day, and I came across, for 50 cents, a 2-ounce plastic bottle with, on the top, get it in front of the camera, you press this top down, and out of that round hole you see there, a very fine mist comes out. So I bought it for 50 cents and brought it home, thinking that it probably wouldn't be accurate enough. You know how when you have a Windex bottle, sometimes the first 2 or 3 times you press it, nothing comes out. Well, that wouldn't be very good. And I didn't know how consistent the quantity would be. I took a 1 cc syringe and pulled the plunger out of it, so I had a measuring cup with very fine resolution in terms of if I filled it up to the top, it would be 1 cc. And what I found was that one spray from this bottle was pretty much precisely 0.1 cc per spray. And it seemed to spray the first time and the more I did it, the more I was convinced it very accurately dispenses 0.1 cc at a time. I also, after I decided that that was pretty good, and I would take my HCG, my sublingual HCG in that way by spraying it under my tongue, I went to my medicine cabinet and I found a sublingual vitamin that I bought in the health food store that could also be used. It's a little nicer, has a brown glass bottle, but the same mechanism on the top. This dispenses, this little top comes off, this dispenses 0.1 cc, and so that works great. I've been using that. I highly recommend it. It's much easier than using a syringe and needle or an eyedropper. The other thing I want to recommend is that whatever recipe you're using for your sublingual HCG, that you mix 20 cc's. If you put 20 cc's into this bottle, each spray being 0.1 cc equals, if you're mixing, I should back up a minute. I'm going to recommend you mix 20 cc's of your HCG recipe using 5,000 international units of HCG. And when you do that, one spray of this at 0.1 cc will equal 25 international units. So it's very easy. If you want 250 a day, 125 in the morning, 125 in the evening, that would be, with this under the tongue, it would be 5 sprays under the tongue in the morning, 5 sprays under the tongue in the evening. I found it so easy to use that I've added, if I'm going to be coming home for lunch and can be around the house at lunchtime, I actually take 3 doses a day rather than just 2. And that seems to work a little better, actually. And I've also found that I've experimented with an extra spray here and there when I'm hungry, and that seems to help as well. So whether you want 250 a day, or that would be 10 sprays, 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening, or broken out some other amount during the day. It's very easy to get 300, 325, 350 if you're wanting a higher dosage. So anyway, that's what I wanted to report to you, and if anyone cares, I mixed my HCG sublingual just using alcohol. Certainly if you're a recovering alcoholic, it would be a big problem to have a tincture that you're taking with alcohol in it. I don't have that issue. I didn't go out and buy anything special. I simply looked in my shelf and found a bottle of 80 proof vodka. I decided I'd mix my HCG with 50% distilled water, 50% vodka. I didn't buy the special water in the sealed little bottle. I just used distilled water, being careful to keep everything clean and my fingers and hands off of things which can contaminate. And I calculated with 80 proof vodka how many cc's of vodka I'd have to add to how many cc's of distilled water to get 20 cc's of 50% water, 50% alcohol. Because I used 80 proof vodka, that's only 40% alcohol. I actually had more 80 proof vodka than distilled water in my solution. But it works fine, and I think if you want to use the recipes with vitamin B and colloidal silver, that's fine. But I'd suggest that if you want to try this method, which is very easy and convenient, I keep it in a brown paper bag in the fridge, keep the light off of it. Mix 20 cc's with 5,000 international units, and you've got a very convenient 25 IUs per spray, and you can divide up those sprays to get any dosage you think is right over any number of times per day that works for you in your schedule. So with that, I'll sign off. I'll be back to report my first week weight loss soon, and sharing other things that I'm discovering along the way. Many thanks to all you out there who have made vlogs that I've watched that have helped me get ready to do this and finally do it. And I appreciate everybody's effort to share information. It really makes it much easier to do. Thank you all very much. Bye-bye.